Welcome everyone, and hello Claudia.
Hello, Iulia.
My name is Iulia Ipati and I'm external Hypnoperator, a student of the CG Academy, while my colleague is an telepathic support for the Grifasi's method. Today we prepared for you the investigative cycle 269, protocol number 1. The protocol we're making it is defined mixed and is comprised of two different parts. The first part is the fixed one, and we cannot modify or deepen the questions. Only in the second part, which is the free exploration part. This mode allows us to contaminate the information as little as possible, and for this very reason, all our telepathic support don't know the subject of the investigation. We are making it in all different languages. Anyone who wants to have a personal session with me can contact me at juliaregressivehypnosis@gmail.com, and also can find all my information in the description video on YouTube channel. Now, Claudia, we can get ready and start with 3 breaths together. I will count from 5 to 1. And while I'm counting, you will start focusing on your breathing. Five. Breathe deeply and deeply. And your body is becoming heavier and heavier. You feel your body sinking into the chair. Four. Inhale and exhale. And your mind is becoming completely empty. 3. Any sound from the outside will make you relaxed and more relaxed. 2. A sense of peace and calm is present everywhere. Inwards and outwards. Breathe deeply. You are completely relaxed. While I will be counting from 1 to 3, get in touch with frequencies that are always generated by the human prostitution and tell me which are the ones you perceive. 1, 2, 3.
I have two images with two different colors, I would say. Looking like layers, mixing one with each other. One is kind of red, and the other one is gray, more like a gray. But at the same time, the feeling is something is not singular, is not only one sensation, something mixed with a heaviness and the same time kind of something very speedy. This is the feeling, a kind of mixing like that. But the frequency in one word, I would say heaviness. I don't have numbers if you asked for that, at least not for this in this moment. But it's a heaviness, something that pulls me down. That's the feeling. It's something that tries to get me in a place not that pleasant. For the moment, is that.
Okay. How do you visualize the energy that is generated by the activity of prostitution in relation to the metaphysical level?
The same frequencies that I was seeing before, but now I see those energies, those frequencies connected to another levels in a metaphysical plane, like running from down from the earth up, but maybe not only up. Actually, I see them all around. It's not only going up, certain place. It's all around that area, and I have more complex feelings and perceptions. It's like a kind of a fight, like a contest in a way, in the metaphysical world, where many entities, many beings, not only one, it's not something very coordinated, I would say. It's like, again, like a fight, like a contest, like everyone who is around, uh, it's like a crowd of entities. This is the image that I have now. Many entities from different levels, from different positions, high or not that high, trying to catch something from these energies. In the in connection in and synchronicity with the people that are producing, so the prostitute or also the clients. There are more many conditions. It's not that simple, but in a few words, is that is full, I would say, of people, of entities in the metaphysical world, and also layers of importance, um, and these races of entities.
Mhm.
On the first plane, on the first layer, is that crowd of entities that I was telling you already.
Mhm.
And then if we go higher, it's it's more like those more important in your hierarchy, in
Mhm.
high position, those entities that are somehow like these little ones from the first layer are working in a way for themselves, but more for these high position entities. It's like a zoo, I would say, in a word. That's the feeling. A
It's
zoo of entities.
like a zoo. A
Yes,
zoo.
like a
Okay.
zoo.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. I understand. Makes sense.
Hmm.
Okay. We'll continue. Which subliminal conditions do you perceive as those connected with the human activity of prostitution?
Um, First of all, came to my perception a sexual body not fully aware of itself, not fully aware, and or in another from another point of view, it's like the vision that I have now is like I see a sexual body in a person, and I'm talking about a woman now, a prostitute, like not being that well defined. It's somehow empty, is not very well
Mhm.
rooted in that body from an energetical point of view. So that person, that woman, is not so much. Simply comes to me like she's a beginner, like a subliminal part in her first experiences here on earth, and she's not so much aware of her real power. She's more oriented now to experience material or purposes, power of this kind, and she feels somehow strong. That's what she's telling to herself. But this strength actually is not connected to her subliminal part. Is only an outside strength. Is only from the way she looks, the way she's attracting people around, from only a physical point of view, from this outside beauty, let's say.
Mhm.
But when even if she's looking beautiful, again, her sexual body is not there, like she's not in connection with her sexual body.
Mm-hmm.
It's like her subliminal part is a bit far, a bit in distance, um, at distance from the physical body. In this part, in on the sexual energetic body.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything
But
else? Mm-hmm.
yes, I was having mm, other things to say, but somehow in um, to make it in one sentence, different legs, different features of persons that are not very well practiced, matured, like not being really an adult, but in different other aspects, not only in sexual body. I think also in the mental body, um, kind of problems, vulnerabilities, a lot in the emotional body. This came now to me something very very big actually. Um so not having a balanced and harmonized emotional body leads to this field. And now I'm referring to the clients. I was having images of men, single men, not only single but lonely, having that sense of loneliness, and they
Mm-hmm.
are looking for company. And I see that emotional body very, how to say, I have the image, but I'm not sure how to describe it. Um, Not having enough experiences, I mean, with
Mm-hmm.
women. That's the feeling that I have, and the image, like not moving much in that emotional body, is somehow contracted, somehow willing to have experiences with women, with warm feelings, but he doesn't know how to approach a woman. They are somehow, some of them, kind of shy, or and having this type of relations with a prostitute is the easiest way for them to get in touch with the energy of women. So many examples actually were coming, but all of them are having something to do with a weakness, with something not enough, um, get in balance, not
Mm-hmm.
enough worked on. Even either we talk about weaknesses or vulnerabilities, or simply lack of something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's it for the moment.
Mm-hmm. Very well, Claudia.
Mhm.
Are there any karmic or genealogical conditions to predispose someone to the conditions of prostitution?
Yes, came yes to both categories, either women that are practicing prostitution, or men that are attracted to this type of women. So can be also without this condition, karmic, but yes, uh, I can see it very clearly that has something to do, is in connection with something that they did before in another life experiences, and it's getting more heavy. Mm, when you made a question, the image that came to me was like a bag, energetical bag that's hanging in a way on the energetical body of that person. So pulls down somehow the whole energy of that person in one aspect, in one way in which that person will live her life. You know, due to this energetical bag, like a trash bag That was the image. Something not very nice looking.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something heavy that's in the energetical body of that person.
Okay. On the metaphysical level, is there any difference between voluntary and forced prostitution? Yes, no, only partially.
Yes.
What do you perceive about it?
For the first image that came was that one with the forced prostitution. Came like even lower frequency to that one. I had an image of a woman being forced to prostitute and expressing a lot lower frequencies. Her energetic body is very mm, is very somehow even low, even gray, more like a black energy around her. Is a situation very bad, because I have like a comparison with a person, with a woman that makes that voluntary, and that one is, as I was saying before, having her own weaknesses, vulnerabilities, but still is not surrounded by that gray black energy like the other one. It's something that she's simply not, her awareness is not enough developed. It has something to do with her person, her level, but the other one is simply forced by external forces, and this one is a lot more like a prison, imprisoned. That's the image and the feeling that I have when I'm
The,
referring to that one.
in the first one, yeah?
Yes, in the first one,
Mm-hmm.
it's like here inside. It's like I would see her subliminal part being very little, very hidden inside, like because she cannot express herself. Um, Very little, simply very little. It's almost like you cannot detect her energetic bodies. Everything she does in fear, in this feeling of imprisonment, being imprisoned.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this one creating a lot more negative energies.
Mm-hmm. The first one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna continue the next question. Are there any alien species that co-create or interact with the energy generated by the human prostitution? Yes, no, only partially.
Yes, a lot. Yes.
Mhm. Who are they?
First came to me those reptiloids that we keep seeing them in many aspects of the matrix.
Mhm.
Um, but I also have image now of insectoids with all kind of wires, implants, be interfering even groups. Groups, when I see groups, I'm referring to prostitutions and this I don't know the English word for those men that are taking care of the prostitutes, that are
Um,
finding clients to
in
them,
the English plain languages, they are called pimps.
Okay, exactly, yes, those beams. So I was having an image of some insectoids, not only one,
Mhm.
interfering a whole group of this, let's say, organized crime, as they say, with prostitutes in a big city, like they are running, they are leading some streets, being altogether interfered by these insectoids, um, with a very, very strong network of wires and implants. But these ones, the insectoids, I have this perception that they are more like, how to say, like technical level, the layer of entity species, like medium in a way that they are not caring so much about the frequency of that energy. They are simply collecting it. They are somehow, I see all kind of movements. They are like extracting this energy, and they are making all kind of experiences, and they are very much interested to attract even more people and to keep them in those circles with all kind of motivations, all kind of temptations, and also those wires, networks, implants. But that's the feeling. So these insectoids are uh, somehow non sentient beings comes to my mind. Like they don't care so much, they don't feel this sexual energy. Those that are really feeling and enjoying this energy are the reptiloids. In that species is already something else. I see enjoyment. They like to be have this energy as much as possible around them. It's something that makes them grow. It's not only a survival mode, like I was saying for insectoids. For them, it's something really making them feel happy, feel thrilled. It's something different as a vibration for one species and another, but the same, equal as importance for both.
Interesting. Anything else?
I was seeing now also images of, but again from this species reptiloids. But I was having images of with demonic Draco features, and these ones very 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 violent, very aggressive, are somehow more involved in that type of prostitution that's connected with violence, with aggressivity, with sadomasochism. I don't know if I pronounced correctly, but that came to me. You know, in those areas are this type of beings connected that are enjoying a lot more the aggressivity as much as possible. So it's depending the category, the species of entities.
Everyone is on task. Okay.
Yes.
And the last question, why do they interact with it and how do they do it? You kind of answered, but you can add anything else.
Now came to my vision a clear situation with a very young girl, a teenager. Of course, the feeling I was having that are a lot more situations, a lot more aspects about what they can do to get in touch. But this image is like this. I was seeing this teenager being somehow challenged by environment around her, the parents that are not so much taking care of her, the school, the colleagues, being bullied by the colleagues. Um, that was the general conditions, her general life in that moment. And I was seeing a guy approaching her, that guy being interfered already by a being, by a reptiloid. And in that moment, on his approaching her, I I have a vision of directly somehow um, that reptiloid directed straight to the point, talking to the girl through this guy, but she doesn't notice, she doesn't understand anything, she doesn't see the danger behind this guy. Like they're that reptiloid having this ability to disguise very well, and making her get attracted to this occupation, this job, let's say, this activity as prostitution, making it look like something funny, like giving her freedom. She can run away from home, she can build her own life together with that guy. So I see a kind of entity extremely clever at that moment, intelligent and clever. Mm, Helping the guy to attract that girl. So that's only a situation, but there are a lot more depending on the moment when the interference settles. Can be in the beginning, can be or changing from one prostitution to another, or coming through the client, or from the family of the client, or the past of the, both of them involved. There are a lot of situations as an answer to your question.
So we finished with the fixed part. We're gonna continue in the exploratory one. You said that the guy is interfered, right? Before approaching kind of the
Mm-hmm.
teenager.
Mm-hmm.
So do they have to be interfered in order to do this kind of job, I can say?
It's not that they have to be, but they are. I mean, most of the people that are making this activity, I'm referring now to PIMS. They are some most of them they are interfered, because even if they are not from the beginning, they will become at some moment, because they already starting this activity reveals some legs, some inside legs from their personality, from their emotional body or other energetic bodies, is something that already they are missing. They don't understand some aspects of life, of ethics, of morals. They already miss those aspects a lot. And doing this job, at some point, the an entity will come and approach the person and will get even more attracted to this activity.
And how the entity approaches, what ways can I use this? It's
Mm-hmm.
using it.
So again can be many ways. But as an example, now I was having again that guy or one guy, um, from being very young and raising again in a family with not very high values, not very stable. I see only one parent, not both, but this parent is always away. I see drugs. I see violence already since he was a child. Like he was forced somehow to look for himself. And from here, he didn't have the conditions to develop much a sense of respect for others, because it was difficult to actually to build self-respect first for him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's normal he lacks these qualities of an evoluted person. And from here, I see the entity, a reptiloid,
Mm-hmm.
very, very tall and very clever again. A lot of time only being around, like chasing him, like being like a shadow, all the time trying to push just a little bit when the guy was doing something not that straight, not that normal. He was pushing to make even worse, even more. And from here, um become more direct as years go by,
Mm-hmm.
more direct and more daring, in approach.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, when this guy is already a young person, he accepts his company. He admits that having this company will help him be more successful in
Mm-hmm.
this world, like a protection. That's how he feels. So this is a situation that, but can be more.
Mm-hmm. So is he kind of aware of this interference? Is he aware of it?
Yes, at some point, yes. At some point, he's feeling that there is something there in the energetical plane that is keeping him company, but he doesn't see it like an interference straight. No, he's feeling like this entity is some kind of protector or
Mm-hmm.
angel.
Okay.
Not straight angel. It's some kind of protector.
Kind of different forms
Different
for.
forms,
Mm-hmm.
like he's aware that this angel doesn't give him the best advice all the time. He's aware
Mm-hmm.
of that, but he feels okay that life was unfair with me too when I was a
Mm-hmm.
child. So now I'm somehow injustice to make these things to others,
Mm-hmm.
because that's how life is not fair for everyone. It's like, giving him compensation thinking.
Mm-hmm. Kind of support, maybe the support he didn't
Hmm.
get from his parents, I can say.
Exactly. Hmm.
Mhm. So, so kind of the major factor is the upbringing of the individual, of the
Hmm.
adult,
Is a very important
the
factor.
the the
Yes,
conditions of
exactly.
his upbringing.
Because the children cannot build a healthy self in these conditions, in these environments.
So
So they
kind of
are easy prey for
so it's kind of
interference.
trauma. They start
Hmm.
as children with trauma, so they kind of continue their trauma
Hmm.
in different activities.
Hmm.
And you mentioned that teenagers, yeah, they're like kind of easily attracted
Hmm.
by or swayed by these individuals because they are bullied in the school and they are.
Hmm.
Um, what other
Hmm.
factors they kind of made them more like vulnerable,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm. Um, I was having already an image of a teenager in the beginning of his teenage years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, mm, so it's not only the environment from the family,
Mm-hmm.
but these years are very sensitive in a way, are very difficult for a teenager because it's like that contradiction between being a child and becoming an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And
The
this contradiction, yes, this transition,
transition. Mm-hmm.
yes, this creates a lot of vulnerabilities in itself,
Mm-hmm.
because it's difficult for him to behave like an adult. He's like he's escaping from this beginning of adult years and
Mm-hmm.
going back to being a child, but in a more infantile way.
Mm-hmm.
um, is a very terrible contradictory period of time for them. And here in this moment being the image that I have is like something divided in two. This
Mm-hmm.
is the image that I have. And those two parts are changing the colors, changing the solidity of the energy. And being like this, it's like a moment when some weaknesses from before, from the other experience, karma, we can say,
Mm-hmm.
now
Mm-hmm.
can occur, can settle, can show
Can
up.
help, can help
Um,
kind of the conditions or something. Is
kind,
mm-hmm.
yes, can help now, can make their I'm here, I'm coming, because they experienced already that situation before, and this is a very easy moment to start again that problem, that weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
another situation that was coming to my perception was the environment between them as youngsters, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So even if for a teenager that grew up in a normal family, now at this time the group, the gang, let's say, is very important for them. Now they are somehow trying
To
to let the parents aside and to
mm-hmm.
trust more their friends now. They don't care about the advices from the parents
They
anymore.
want to be part of the group, kind of to
To
fit
belong.
in,
They have
to
this
belong to the group. Mm-hmm.
this feeling, yes, to belong. This is very important for them at this moment. So this again is a vulnerability that an entity will use a lot to attract them in wrong groups.
Mm-hmm. So in order to be accepted, they are willing to.
Yes, to have that importance that they think
Mhm.
it's something big deal for them at that age.
How they can avoid this? It's a very
Hmm. Tricky.
tricky question. It's a tricky question. It's like the answer can be like so
Hmm.
have different.
First layer, I would say, of
Mhm,
protection came
mhm,
the parents. Parents are very
mhm,
important, even if they are somehow rejected by their children at this stage.
mhm.
Uh, but it's very important their role. Um, Somehow, the image I have is them being around their children, even if they don't want that, don't are not allowing them too much. No, I still have this image of parents going around checking in a more how to say subtle way, but checking who are their friends, in what groups they are in, talking with teachers, with parents of other friends of their
Mhm.
children. So parents very much involved, even without the teenager permission.
Yeah, even if they like want to say if the teenager kind of let keep the parents out,
Hmm.
not parents, parents knowing like trying to find out something, but they are kind of left out.
Hmm. Yes, that was the first thing that I see. Even if they
Mm-hmm.
are left out, they are pushed away by
Mm-hmm.
their children. Uh, this is the first layer and the most important that I see that can cause that can make a difference in those aspects. that we're talking. Because for those teenagers that are not having this type of parents, the situation will get worse, most probably, and they will probably um, have a very disturbing life for some lives, for some years. And then depending on their level of awareness of depending on the events that they will be part of in their life, they'll probably come back to more balanced life or not. It depending is depending, but parents, when they are present, they are the most important. That can help the best when they are present in the teenager life, when they are active, when they have this interest, when they love their children. In these situations, I'm talking.
I don't have children, but I believe it's very hard for a parent to try to communicate with this teenager.
While
I,
you're speaking now,
mm-hmm,
I had an image with a teenager
mm-hmm,
that simply left from home, and the parent, the mother, was following him
mm-hmm,
without, so he doesn't know that, but
mm-hmm,
I was having this image with the mother following him to another city
mm-hmm,
and simply in disguise, watching everything, every move that this teenager is doing.
mm-hmm.
So it's a kind of big sacrifice for a parent, but that's the only way to try to avoid tragic situations for their children.
I believe it's very tough
Yes,
for any parent.
yes.
You're saying that this is a zoo. Talking about this zoo of reptiloids, insectoids,
Mm-hmm.
and dracos. How
Mm-hmm.
they manage to be on the same, I can say, field?
Mm-hmm.
Is it
And
like,
insectoids. Now I I
yeah,
just added
how they
because I.
manage to be like in
Mhm.
this war? It's kind of war between them to
Mhm.
get the most of it.
It's a war and not a war in the same time. It's a war because I was seeing so many of them, and it was looking confusing somehow for my vision. But it's not a war from the perspective that they interfere those that are synchronized with. So actually, it's every entity with his man or his
Mm-hmm.
women or his
Uh-huh.
groups in a way, but looking from outside as we were looking in the beginning, it was
Mm-hmm.
everything very like a chaos there,
Mm-hmm.
everyone with everyone, because it's a very attractive, this energy. And yes, like they're trying to get even more, maybe a bit more from here, maybe even from here. um, like many of them are somehow insatiated, that
Mm-hmm.
word. They never have enough. They would like
Mm-hmm.
even more, a
Very
little more.
greedy. They want more and more.
Exactly, it's a very attractive energy for this type of
The
beings.
most powerful.
It looks like, yes, when it's perverted in this way, when
Is
it's
it
done.
used? Mm-hmm.
When it's
Is it?
done
Go
with
ahead.
money, with violence, with aggressivity, when there is no feeling, no sensation of love, positivity,
Mm-hmm.
nothing. It's only money and sex.
It's kind of all about the money.
Yes, because money lowers somehow the vibration of the sexual activity in that area. So actually, this is what they are looking for. They don't look for love, sexual relations made out of love. They are looking for this. So this is what they produce. The prostitutes produce this type of sexual energy.
You said that they are like the first ones. They are like in a prison.
Mm-hmm.
How, I guess, how they got into that prison? Mm. How they
Mm-hmm.
can get out of the prison, I can say. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's better than because they use different ways. I mean, to get to the point to be forced.
Yes. Uh, in order to be forced to this activity, they are some kind of, again, not very used to this type of
Mhm.
activities, not only activity, but they are not very mature subliminal parts. They're somehow in the beginning. They don't have that discernment very well developed, and they are simply trapped easily by all kind of promises, by from these persons. And then when they are already forced to perform this activities, is depending, some of them, yes, as you said, are looking for ways to escape, and some don't. Some simply give up on themselves. They're kind of not depression, like simply don't feel anymore, like they are
They
disconnected to
become numb.
themselves. Exactly, numb.
Mhm.
They disconnect to themselves. They don't care about their body. They let their body be used the way it is, and they simply get in that state of numbness.
Numbness. So they're like subliminal body. Subliminal part
Hmm.
is disconnected from their physical
Exactly, disconnected, and like waiting for this period or even life to
to
finish,
end.
to end, and they'll see what they'll do in another experience. But for this moment, they simply gave up on themselves. But in the same time, the other persons, actually, that one that I was seeing first when you ask me, is that.
The volunteer ones?
No, no,
No,
no.
no, the first
Also the
ones.
first ones, but I was seeing the subliminal part, even small, but I was seeing it somehow very little uh, around that person, but somehow waiting for a moment to escape, like being vigilant, being very careful, attentive, observing everything around to see
To
a
escape the
moment of,
prison.
exactly, a moment of
Okay.
weakness from their guardians, so they can escape.
And
So
some they can make it. Some they make it, I guess. No.
yes, some of them are making it.
Are they? Uh, it's because you said it's all. There is a connection between the karmic and genealogical.
Mhm.
Are they agreeing to have this type of experience before coming into this life? I can say
It's
it's another tricky question.
yes, no, it comes to me not actually a yes, it's not an agreement, it's like more like came that bag, that energetic bag that I told you, that becomes heavier and heavier from one life to another. And they simply cannot break up the cycle at some point. It's not that they are saying yes. Their subliminal part wants to help them break the cycle, but when they approach, they reach that moment, for example, in teenage years, or when life is difficult maybe for them, they simply give up easily on the same pattern that they were used to take in another lives. simply because they did it already so many times that are already, it's difficult now to say no, to look for another path. They simply fall again. This is the mechanism that comes to my vision. Is not actually a yes. It's simply don't find the power to break this cycle.
Mhm. And how they can might find the power? What will kind of help them?
Came two situations straight now, two images in fact. One is simply mm, a meeting in their life with someone that helps them click something in their mind, in their hearts, like a positive meeting with a person, maybe someone they are falling in love with, or simply
Mhm.
they are meeting a person that is more balanced, more well situated from an emotional point of view, and they simply have this click. Okay, I don't want to do this anymore, I want to be like this person. It's like
Mhm.
some inspirational
Okay.
situations or
Mhm.
persons around them.
Mhm.
And another situation that came to me was simply they had enough. It's like there is a time, a moment that comes when they simply reach the bottom, I would say, and they say, okay, I had enough, I cannot
Enough,
do
it's
it
enough.
anymore,
Mhm.
enough, it's enough. And that's the moment when they simply turn all over again.
Mhm. Okay.
It's at some point all the negative patterns are having an end. It doesn't matter how long lasts, but they are reaching an end at some point. It doesn't matter if it's prostitution or not.
Mhm. There is always
There
a
is
bright
always,
side of the.
yes, let's say maybe not necessarily a bright side. Maybe they are simply changing or are doing something else, but simply they don't want to repeat this anymore for so many times. They simply want to break this cycle. Maybe they will begin another cycle,
Their
initiate.
awareness kind of
Yes,
becomes stronger.
depending, because there are small steps in order to
Steps.
be made, depending on the person and the disponibility to advance on a
Mhm.
spiritual
Yes.
path.
Mhm. You said that there are those, can say, subliminal parts are collected, so-called, in the kind of first experiences.
Mhm.
Um, are they using those and would, so they keep that connection for, like, say, lifetimes, and become stronger? So they're.
Uh, for these beginners, let's say,
Mhm. Mhm.
yes, it's even more dangerous, even more difficult to get out of these situations for the young subliminal parts,
Mhm.
because they don't have experience, they don't have any quality feature well
Mhm.
developed. So it's even more, yes, unfortunately, yes. And also, I was having now image of children, even
Mhm.
children, not only teenagers, but children that were used as prostitutes, or
Mhm.
and for them being young and being also young subliminal parts is even
Mhm.
more difficult to get away from these situations.
Mhm. Mm, when kind of this so-called prostitution kind of started, can say, in our humans?
From very old times. Um, I was seeing an image with humans and at the same time entities. So probably from the moment when the humans started their experiences here,
Mhm.
and along with the entities already already got this
Mhm.
interference in their mind
Mhm.
as as an activity, as something to be done in an
Mhm.
easy way to
Mhm.
get advantages, to get, high positions in their tribe or in their group.
Okay.
And in both sexes, not only the women, also the men, is
Mhm.
something very, very world.
Very well, Claudia. Um, you're saying that the reptiloids are enjoying it compared to the insectoids.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Why they are enjoying it, the other ones are not? Uh, what is the difference between them?
Yes, it's not that they are not enjoying, it's simply different. The way that they are enjoying it, the insectoids, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
is different. It's like they would be more technical in a
Mm-hmm.
way,
Mm-hmm.
and the same time, I'm seeing like a repetitive movement coming from them. It's like they are shaking in a way when they are extracting this energy, and they are creating the same movement, the same like that person is shaking something very fast on a very fast rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more something again technical, more like AI comes to my
Mm-hmm.
mind.
Mm-hmm.
But these ones, the reptiloids, is
Mm-hmm.
very aggressive energy, is a very
Mm-hmm.
not pleasant to watch. But even like this, it's more, how to say, is more something that I can relate with, for example, uh, people that are very aggressive that we see sometimes
Mm-hmm.
on earth.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not related to humans, or maybe said related to very negative humans, but this is how I see them. So they're enjoying a lot this energy, and of course, as much as possible, energy from the youngsters, even from children. Um, Not only prostitution in general, but this is the difference that I was telling you.
Mm-hmm. Very well, Claudia. I have no more further questions. If you have anything to add before we close our investigation.
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay. Disconnect now from the information in this session. Close all the portals that you opened. Disconnect from all that you had seen and perceived. Remove any energetic residues and recalibrate yourself energetically. I will count from 1 to 3 and you return to the present in which I am talking now. 1. You feel your body lighter and lighter, free and easy. You feel good. A wonderful feeling of tranquility and peace flows through your body. Your space is clean. Check yours and mine. 2. You balance your frequency to your ideal and optimal value. Feel your body, how it's charged with strength and energy. You feel good. You feel free, energetic, and strong. You feel very happy. 3. You are present and here and now. You can open your eyes when you're ready.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. It wasn't a pleasant subject to talk about it.
You match so much the image behind you. Blue. Blue, and you are blue.
I am in
Nice.
sync. Yes. Thank you, Claudia, for participating on this investigation voluntarily. And thank you, everybody, for watching. And we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.
My pleasure. Bye bye.
Buenos días.
Dzień dobry.
Bienvenidos a este primer vídeo de Disclosure en español y polaco.
Bardzo Was serdecznie witamy na tym nowym wideo, które będzie w języku hiszpańskim i polskim na kanale Disclosures.
Vamos a producir mucho más vídeos en futuro como estos vídeos informativos.
W przyszłości stworzymy dużo więcej takich wideo, które będą Was informowały o różnych rzeczach.
Porque estamos notando que cuanto más se va divulgando este trabajo, estas hipnosis por internet, también cuanto más mala información se está difundiendo.
A to dlatego, że zauważyliśmy, że im więcej wstawiamy sesji z naszymi hipnozami, tym więcej jakby informacji sprzecznych zaczyna się rozprzestrzeniać.
Y entonces hoy vamos a hablar de las sesiones investigativas.
Więc dzisiaj będziemy mówić o sesjach badawczych.
Porque estoy viendo que hay personas que a lo mejor se dedican a una sesión con una persona, se van a algún lugar, preguntan algo y lo poco de información que pueden extraer de una sesión se lo creen como si fuera oro, completamente puro oro.
Bo zauważyłem, że są takie sesje i takie osoby, które robią jedną sesję z jedną osobą na dany temat i kiedy wychodzi tam jakaś informacja, to jest ona odbierana jakby to było rzeczywiście coś niesamowicie wiarygodnego, jakby to było czyste złoto.
Yo os digo que la sesión así dicha investigativa no existe.
Ja chciałbym Wam powiedzieć, że sesja badawcza tak naprawdę nie istnieje.
Entonces podríais como preguntar, entonces cuando haces una sesión a un cliente y preguntas cosas, ¿por qué preguntas?
Więc mógłbyś mi zadać pytanie, więc skoro robisz jakąś sesję z jakąś osobą i zadajesz jej pytania, to właściwie po co je w ogóle zadajesz?
Sí, sabemos que la información en hipnosis está muy, pero de verdad muy contaminada.
My bardzo dobrze wiemy, że informacja, która wychodzi podczas hipnozy jest niezwykle, ale to niezwykle zanieczyszczona.
Y esta información, así como sale de la hipnosis, no podemos tomarla como conocimiento, como investigación.
Więc takiej informacji, która wychodzi podczas sesji hipnozy, nie bierzemy nigdy jako takiej informacji, która jest rzeczywiście bardzo prawdziwa, zgodna z prawdą i oczywista.
En el caso de sesiones a clientes, la información que sacamos nos sirve por otro objetivo. El objetivo es llegar a la causa de su problema y trabajar.
Te informacje, które uzyskujemy podczas sesji dla klientów, służą nam zupełnie do czegoś innego. Celem jest to, żeby znaleźć przyczynę i pracować nad nią.
Pero ¿qué significa que la información está contaminada? ¿Cuánto está contaminada y por qué?
Ale co to właściwie oznacza informacja zanieczyszczona? Kiedy jest zanieczyszczona i dlaczego jest zanieczyszczona?
Hay que saber que cuando nosotros pedimos una información y nos llega a través de una persona en hipnosis, esta información sale de una fuente, para así decirlo, y atraviesa muchas dimensiones, muchas densidades.
Kiedy prosimy o jakąś informację podczas sesji, to ta informacja, powiedzmy to w ten sposób, pochodzi z jakiegoś źródła, ale w międzyczasie przechodzi przez wiele gęstości i wiele wymiarów.
Y también pasa por conciencias, por inteligencias. Esa información viene atrapada en el éter por varios seres.
Ale ta informacja przechodzi też przez wiele umysłów, wiele świadomości, istnieje w eterze i może być przechwycona również przez wiele bytów.
Estos seres, estas inteligencias, pueden voluntariamente o involuntariamente distorsionarla.
I te byty, te istoty lub świadomości mogą ją zniekształcić świadomie lub nieświadomie.
Y además, la persona que está en hipnosis tiene sus creencias, su mentalidad, sus perspectivas, sus opiniones. Esta estructura mental contamina también esta información.
A co więcej, osoba, która jest w stanie hipnozy, ma swoje własne przekonania, swoje własne wartości, wierzenia, swoją własną mentalność i przez tą właśnie strukturę całą mentalną również może dojść do jeszcze kolejnego zanieczyszczenia.
Y además, si nosotros queremos investigar, por ejemplo, una persona o un ser que no tiene ninguna conexión con el ambiente hipnótico donde estamos trabajando, esta persona puede no autorizar la salida de informaciones de sí mismo.
A co więcej, jeśli połączymy się z jakąś istotą, która absolutnie nie należy do tego środowiska hipnotycznego, w którym pracujemy, taka istota może nie zgodzić się na przekazanie informacji.
Si hay interacción, si hay interferencias entre un ser y otro, es posible que circule información por las conexiones, por los pactos.
Jeśli jest jakaś interferencja między dwoma istotami, to wtedy dzięki tym paktom, albo przez te pakty, przez to połączenie, które istnieje, rzeczywiście wychodzą informacje.
Pero si en aquella sesión en concreto ese ser o esa persona se va a cuestionar y no hay ninguna conexión, es muy improbable que llegue una información autorizada.
Ale jeśli zdarzy się tak, że łączymy się z istotą, która nie ma z tym nic wspólnego, to jest bardzo mało prawdopodobne, że dostaniemy jakąś informację.
Entonces, imaginemos que queremos investigar sobre un personaje famoso de la historia.
No, na przykład wyobraźmy sobie, że chcielibyśmy otrzymać informację o jakiejś osobie niezwykle znanej, historycznej.
Si no tenemos de alguna manera alguna conexión con los elementos del ambiente hipnótico y esta persona, aunque no esté conectada, no autoriza esta información, pues no llega.
Więc jeśli wyobrazimy sobie, że ta osoba nie jest w żaden sposób połączona z tym środowiskiem hipnotycznym, w którym pracujemy, może się tak zdarzyć, że absolutnie nie zezwoli na żadne przekazywanie informacji na swój temat.
Y cuando pasa esto, hay siempre o casi siempre alguna entidad que se aprovecha de la situación.
I kiedy to się dzieje, zazwyczaj pojawia się jakiś byt, który wykorzystuje tę sytuację.
Se puede presentar con la supuesta identidad de la persona o del ser que estamos buscando, o puede de todas formas modificar o inventar una información por su cuenta, por su personal ventaja.
Może zrobić dwie rzeczy. Albo przyjąć, zidentyfikować się z osobą, o której chcemy zrobić tę sesję, przyjąć jej tożsamość, albo zmienić informacje, które chcielibyśmy otrzymać, tak aby to działało na jej korzyść.
Nosotros en sesión a clientes podemos trabajar porque el cliente nos autoriza a trabajar en él en su sesión.
Podczas sesji dla klientów możemy pracować nad takimi informacjami, bo otrzymujemy zgodę na informacje właśnie dzięki temu klientowi.
Y podemos trabajar con sus seres queridos, por ejemplo, o con los seres que interfieren con ella, propio porque hay estas conexiones.
I możemy pracować na przykład z istotami, które kocha ta dana osoba, lub z bytami, które w nią ingerują, właśnie przez to połączenie, które tam istnieje.
Entonces, hay una gran diferencia entre la sesión a un cliente para solucionar sus problemas y hacer sesiones para investigar.
Dlatego istnieje taka duża różnica między sesjami, które robimy dla klientów, aby rozwiązać ich problemy, i między sesjami takimi poszukiwawczymi, badawczymi.
Por eso digo que no existe una sesión investigativa.
I dlatego właśnie Wam mówię, że nie istnieje coś takiego jak sesja badawcza.
Lo que existe es un protocolo de sesiones de investigación.
To, co istnieje, to pewien protokół sesji badawczych.
Hay que seguir un protocolo y hay que seguir, ejecutar una serie de sesiones y con personas diferentes.
Więc trzeba zawsze śledzić ten sam protokół, a jednocześnie wykonać wiele sesji z różnymi osobami.
El protocolo tiene que ser único, unívoco, porque hay que preguntar en un tema las mismas preguntas para ir en la misma dirección.
Ten protokół powinien być zawsze taki sam, ponieważ należy zadawać takie same pytania, tak aby iść zawsze w tym samym kierunku.
Cuanto más está restringido ese espacio de investigación, cuanto más podemos tener más probabilidad de tener buena información.
Im bardziej zawężamy obszar naszych poszukiwań, tym bardziej prawdopodobne będzie, że otrzymamy dobre informacje.
Sí, podemos también aumentar ese espacio, pero tenemos que aumentar proporcionalmente el número de sesiones por hacer.
Możemy oczywiście rozszerzyć ten obszar, ale wtedy będziemy zmuszeni również rozszerzyć ilość tych sesji.
Luego, cuando tenemos una grande serie de sesiones, pero estamos hablando de centenas o hasta de millares de sesiones.
I wtedy mówimy o olbrzymiej liczbie sesji, od setki po tysiące.
Tenemos que recoger toda aquella información que es común a todas o a casi todas estas sesiones hechas.
I wtedy musimy pozbierać te informacje, które są wspólne dla wszystkich bądź prawie wszystkich tych sesji.
Esta información común vais a ver que es un porcentaje muy pequeño con respecto a la totalidad de la información.
I zobaczycie, że ta informacja wspólna będzie naprawdę niewielkim odsetkiem tych informacji, które się tam pojawią.
Son pepitas de oro.
To są takie malutkie ziarenka.
Es como si nosotros vamos a un río, vamos a coger este filtro, vamos a coger muchísima arena para recoger solo muy pocas pepitillas de oro.
I można to przyrównać do poszukiwania złota, kiedy filtruje się dno rzeki, zbiera się mnóstwo piasku, a na koniec pojawiają się maleńkie ziarenka złota.
Esa sí que es información de oro.
I to jest właśnie ta informacja złota.
Si hoy podemos decir que hay seres que interfieren bastante con el ser humano y que tienen formas de animales reptiles o de animales a forma de insectos, etc., es porque todo esto sale desde que se empezaron las sesiones de hipnosis y hay muchísimas, millares y millares con esta información común.
I jeśli dzisiaj możemy powiedzieć, że są ingerencje, które przybierają formy albo reptilii, albo jakichś insektów, to dlatego, że takie informacje wychodzą od początku naszych sesji hipnotycznych i są wspólne i jest ich tysiące.
Pero si yo digo que en la ciudad de Nueva York, en el 1452, en aquel punto, había una casa que vivía un viejo que se llamaba Tom, pues solo en aquella sesión ha salido, y cuanto más contaminada puede ser, no lo va a saber nadie.
Ale jeśli chciałabym powiedzieć, przekazać taką informację, że w Nowym Jorku w 1452 roku stał taki a taki dom, w którym mieszkał taki a taki starszy pan o imieniu Tom, to nie mam pojęcia, jak bardzo zanieczyszczona będzie ta informacja.
Así entonces se hace investigación. Es un trabajo muy largo, muy duro, y tiene que ser hecho con un protocolo riguroso y severo.
A więc właśnie w taki sposób należy robić sesje badawcze. Jest to proces bardzo długi, ciężki i który wymaga bardzo restrykcyjnego protokołu.
Entonces, por esto que nosotros ya vamos a empezar a hacer ciclos de investigación.
I właśnie dlatego zaczniemy teraz robić takie cykle badawcze.
La estructura del team, que cada vez va creciendo siempre más, y el número de clientes que cada día contactan con nosotros, nos permiten organizar estos ciclos de investigación.
I ponieważ struktura naszego zespołu cały czas się powiększa, a także liczba klientów, którzy kontaktują się z nami każdego dnia, te czynniki pozwalają nam na to, żebyśmy zrobili taki cykl badawczy.
Creo que ya he dicho todo, o casi todo. Cualquier pregunta podéis escribirla en los comentarios del vídeo o donde sea publicado el vídeo.
Myślę, że powiedziałem wszystko, bądź prawie wszystko, a jeśli macie jakieś pytania, to proszę zadajcie je pod tym wideo.
Gracias por vuestra atención.
Dziękujemy za waszą uwagę.
Y gracias a ti, Milena.
Gracias a ti, Carlo. Dziękujemy.
Ciao.
Ciao.